Welcome everyone to the Social Media Hustle, where we help you navigate the world of social media and online content in general. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different on our channel, and we're going to explore the harsh and unforgiving landscape of Antarctica. Antarctica. It is the coldest, driest, and windiest continent on Earth, with an average winter temperature of -40 degrees Fahrenheit. It's also the highest continent, with an average elevation of 8,200 feet above sea level. Located at the southernmost point of the globe, Antarctica is surrounded by the Southern Ocean and is isolated from the rest of the world by sea ice that can be up to 19 feet thick. Despite its remote location and extreme conditions, Antarctica is home to a variety of wildlife, including seals, whales, penguins, and birds. As content creators, we often talk about the importance of having a unique angle and standing out from a crowd. And in the wake of the Mr. Beast video, Surviving Antarctica in 50 Hours, we thought we'll take a deeper look into that topic, if that's actually possible. If you can actually survive Antarctica in 50 hours. First, let's talk about the temperature in Antarctica. The average winter temperature on the continent is around -40 degrees Fahrenheit, but it can dip as low as -90 degrees in some areas. And that's not even including the wind chill factor, which can make it feel even colder. It's very important to mention that the wind chill factor can be especially dangerous in Antarctica. The wind on the continent is known to be extremely strong, with gusts reaching up to 100 miles per hour in some areas. When combined with the already frigid temperatures, the wind chill factor can make it even colder and can increase the risk of hypothermia and frostbite. This is why it's important to not only dress in layers, but also to have a windproof outer layer to protect yourself from the wind. It's also a good idea to have a wind meter with you at all times to monitor the wind speed and take appropriate precautions. So what do you need to survive in such conditions? Preparation is key. You'll need the proper clothing and gear to protect yourself from the elements, including a thick, insulated parka, multiple layers of thermal clothing, waterproof boots, a hat, and gloves to cover all exposed skin. You'll also need a shelter to protect you from the wind and snow. This can be a tent or a specially designed hut, but it's important that it's well insulated and able to withstand the extreme cold. In terms of food and water, you'll need to bring enough supplies to last you for at least 50 hours. This means packing high-energy, non-perishable foods like energy bars and jerky, as well as a way to melt snow for drinking water. It's also a good idea to bring a stove and fuel to heat up your food and or drink. But surviving in Antarctica isn't just about the physical challenges. The continent is known for its long, dark winters, with some areas experiencing months of complete darkness. This can be tough on the mind, so it's important to bring activities to keep yourself entertained and your spirits up. Books, games, and a good playlist can go a long way in helping you pass the time. Now, let's talk about how to get to Antarctica. The most common way is by boat, with many expeditions departing from South America or Australia. It's also possible to fly to the continent, but this is much more expensive and not as common due to the logistical challenges and high costs. Most flights to the continent depart from Punta Arenas, Chile, or Christchurch, New Zealand, and often require multiple layovers and long travel times. In addition, there are only a few airports in Antarctica that can accommodate larger aircrafts, and even then, the conditions can be treacherous with strong winds and limited visibility. As a result, flying to Antarctica is generally reserved for researchers, scientists, and other personnel who need to get to the continent quickly for specific purposes. For most visitors, traveling by boat is the more practical and affordable option. Finally, let's talk about previous attempts at surviving in Antarctica. While it's not uncommon for researchers and scientists to spend extended periods of time on the continent, it's rare for someone to intentionally try to survive on their own in such extreme conditions. However, there have been a few noticeable exceptions. In 1960, 2 men survived for 49 days in an uninsulated hut during the winter season, relying on their wits and resourcefulness to make it through. And in 2013, an adventurer named Colin O'Brady became the first person to cross Antarctica solo, unsupported and unaided, surviving for 53 days in the process. So yes, it is possible to survive in Antarctica for only 50 hours. With the right preparation and mindset, it's certainly doable. But it's important to remember that Antarctica is an extreme environment, and it is not something to be taken lightly. If you do decide to be brave and decide to go on a journey of survival in Antarctica, please make sure you do your research, plan carefully, and always err on the side of caution. Thanks for watching, everybody.